Texas, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Tyler in for E1L. Well, 8 games are in the books for these two clubs. The question is, where does the season go from here? Obviously, two of the better teams in the NFC, and at times they even played like two of the better teams in the NFC. But for the Atlanta Falcons, coming off a great win last week over the New Orleans Saints, keeping Drew Brees and company out of the end zone with a 35-12 win. And what a game that was! Matt Ryan throwing over 200 plus passing yards, and Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman, and both dynamic running backs, rushed for over 100 yards in total last week. But for the Dallas Cowboys, that is really offense that is really rolling right now. In likelihood, they're gonna have to score points here today against which is a really good Atlanta Falcons team. The Falcons much deeper along that defensive line. We're gonna see how both defenses do. And here in Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys come off a win over the Washington Redskins with a 28-14 win, and that nitro defense for the Dallas Cowboys is incredible. We're going to see how both defenses do in Week 5 in the National Football League. It is without a doubt for all weather in Arlington, Texas. 71 degrees, partly cloudy inside this beautiful stadium. We get ready for the matchup in Week 5 between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons here today in Week 5 in the National Football League here on Fox. Meanwhile, the Cowboys won the toss, so they had the first, so Atlanta will get things started here today with Dan Bailey kicking it away. And here we go. Kick is up and good with Marvin Hall out of the 8-yard line. And Marvin Hall taking inside the 30 to the 31 of the Cowboys. And here comes Matt Ryan to lead the Falcons offense. What a game last week over the New Orleans Saints with a 35-12 win. What a game that was here today. Ryan's first pass is incomplete for Devontae Freeman. Ryan was looking for a screen out the back door to Devontae Freeman, who was well covered. The ball was a little too early for Devontae Freeman. And a timeout by the Falcons here to sort things out. We saw that nitro defense we seen last week over the Saints. What a game that was, keeping Drew Brees and the company out of the end zone. Wide open is Mohamed Sanu. 23 yards and a first down inside the 40. And Mohamed Sanu, he had a huge gain on second down. Ryan runs out to his left and finds Sanu with excellent coverage. That was some great job. That was a great job here for the Dallas Cowboys with a great win over Washington. What a game we saw last week. Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott. What two dynamic duos for this offense for the Dallas Cowboys here against which is a really good Atlanta Falcons team. Ryan over the middle, pass is caught. Freeman inside the 20. Inside the 10, down near the 10, maybe the 11. A gain of 19 yards and another Atlanta first down. Here we go. Watch that it's that offensive line. What a year it is for the offensive line when they're really good. The teams that Tom Brenneman was talking about here today. He was working against Jeff Heath and Oswazi. The cornerback was nowhere in miles, trying to slow him down. Ryan end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. Austin Hooper. This Atlanta Falcons team is unstoppable with a 15-yard completion for a touchdown to Austin Hooper. And Matt Ryan throws a dime inside the end zone. He was working against Smith and Jeff Heath. and Xavier Woods. And an early touchdown as Atlanta struck first here today, with Matt Bryant to kick it up. And the extra point is good. It's 7-0 over the Dallas Cowboys. And let's see if Dak Prescott can answer Matt Ryan here today. In both defenses are trying to make a stop. Make a stop with Jordan Lewis taking a knee, and here comes Dak Prescott and company on the field. We saw him last week over the Washington Redskins, and Dak Prescott coming off a great game, throwing over 100 yards passing. Pass is caught from Mike Gallup, and he was pushed out of bounds by, it was maybe Brian Poole who pushed him out of bounds. And Mike Gallup with a gain of 11 yards and a completion for a first down inside close to about the 36-yard line. A rookie wide receiver from Mike Gallup. What a receiver he is. And downfield is Cole Beasley inside the 20. And Cole Beasley, who rarely gets receptions here today, with a 35-yard completion for a huge Dallas first down. Prescott has a world of time, and the linebacker Duke Riley was coming in fast, and Ricardo Allen wasn't able to cover him very well. Cole Beasley with a great catch behind from Ricardo Allen. Fullbacks in there. Interesting formation. Ezekiel Elliott in motion. The handoff is to the fullback. Not much there, only for a gain of 2 yards, and the fullback takes it close to about the 20 to the 18-yard line. Formation by the offense. Handoff is to Elliott, and Elliott with a gain of about 3 yards on the pickup, and it's a first third down of the game for Dallas. We've seen both defenses on how they do on third down here today. We'll see how Dak Prescott likes it. With Dak Prescott, he's sacked down at the 15-yard line with a loss of 1 on the sack. Great job by the Atlanta Falcons defense to bring up a third 3 and out here today. With Vic Beasley coming in fast and allows the pressure, and Deion Jones lays the hit on him. And what a play for the Falcons defense to get a 3 and out here today. And the kick is good, nearly blocked by DeMonte Casey, who's good on special teams, allowing punt on field goal blocks. And it's a 7-3 game here in Arlington, Texas. Dan Bailey's kick is away with Marvin Hall inside the 5. With Marvin Hall, a great return. A 28-yard return. And the Falcons are on the field. That was literally a touchdown for Matt Ryan as Freeman. Nowhere to go. There you go. Watch that nitro defense for the Dallas Cowboys. This is why the defense is so special. You got a bunch of young guys defensively here today, and Collins comes in with a laser hit on Devontae Freeman. 2nd and 13 after that 3-yard loss by Freeman. Ryan over the middle, pass caught. Gabriel. A leaping grab, and Taylor Gabriel's good for 9 yards on the reception. All these weapons that Matt Ryan has, you got Mohamed Sanu, you got Taylor Gabriel, Devontae Freeman, and Julio Jones. But for Taylor Gabriel, who's never had a 100-yard game in the NFL, he had a great game last week over the Saints. He went over 100 yards receiving. Here. Ryan flushed out. Downfield is Taylor Gabriel inside the 35. All the weapons on display for Matt Ryan. Devontae Freeman motions around the right and finds Taylor Gabriel and makes a great throw on Ellington again between Ellington and Mandaresh, and great blocking out on the edge by Mohamed Sanu on Jeff Heath. Literally a huge first down. Meanwhile, Taylor Gabriel will run into the end zone for the touchdown. Taylor Gabriel with a 40-yard touchdown, 35-yard touchdown drive for Taylor Gabriel. Matt Ryan has a world of time and Taylor Gabriel uses that speed. And Gabriel gets to spike it, and he goes into the end zone. So far, no answers for Taylor Gabriel and Matt Ryan. And the extra point is good. It's 14-3. Two of the best teams in the league over a couple of seasons ago in 2016. And here, Jordan Lewis takes it out of the end zone and takes a shot by Brian Poole. Jordan Lewis was able to come up and absorb the blow from Poole. And we saw the Dallas Cowboys a couple of seasons ago against the Green Bay Packers, and so far Green Bay had a bunch of answers and coming off a great win, and somehow with Mason Crosby able to use a game-winning field goal to set the Green Bay Packers to the NFC Championship game, where they met their demise against the Atlanta Falcons with a 44-21 win against the Packers. Handoff to Elliott, and Elliott is good for 4 yards on a handoff, and it's another third down in this game. And Dallas uses their first timeout. Both teams have 2 timeouts left, with 45 seconds left almost to the end of the first half. These halftime reports coming up. Wide open is Mike Gallup. He's good for 9 yards, 10 yards on the reception, and for a Dallas first down. Some free agents for this offseason got Amari Cooper, who was a great pickup for Jason Garrett, and Jeff Schwamm is the tight ends in motion. Schwamm's been a major factor for this offense ever since Jason Witten retired. Ezekiel Elliott on a catch and run of 7 yards. Actually, a catch and run of 6 yards on the reception. Prescott. Down he goes. Ezekiel Elliott, only for a gain of 3 yards on the pickup. And the Falcons are left with 2. The Dallas Cowboys are left with 1 timeout. The Falcons have 2. Prescott with protection. Downfield is Amari Cooper. What a catch. His first reception of the game for Amari Cooper, the former Oakland Raider. Some Oakland Raiders this offseason, like the Baltimore Ravens, who picked up Michael Crabtree. And this guy right here, Amari Cooper, who Jason Garrett was really interested in about a couple of months ago, and what a pickup he was for this offense to do so. Towards the end of the first half, with 10 seconds left, the Dallas Cowboys are going to try a field goal, and the field goal is blocked. Atlanta has it. And this is a fumble recovered by the defense. So far, nothing, not this time. And that's the end of the first half with Dallas to a one-score game. And the Visa halftime reports here between periods. Meanwhile, the New York Giants at the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's a great matchup in the NFC. Eli Manning against Cam Newton in the offense for the Carolina Panthers. With the game is tied with 20 here today. And between periods, the Minnesota Vikings at the Philadelphia Eagles, and that's an NFC Championship rematch we saw a couple of seasons ago. and the Eagles are on top with a 48 to nothing win over the Vikings in US Bank Stadium. And what a game that was for Nick Foles, throwing over 300 yards passing and 4 touchdown passes here today. And between in the AFC, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Los Angeles Chargers, and Phillip Rivers is having a tremendous day, throwing over 300 yards passing against a Cincinnati defense here today. And Phillip Rivers has a 38-14 win over the Bengals, and the Denver Broncos at the Cleveland Browns. And what a game that'll be with Baker Mayfield, a rookie, and Case Keenum. Both are dynamic quarterbacks here today, but Case Keenum answered Baker Mayfield with a game-winning touchdown with a 28-20 win over the Cleveland Browns. And what a game that was! And the Visa halftime point is done. And here comes the second half with Dallas and to receive here in the second half, with Matt Bryant kicking it away. Great job in the first half, and both defenses coming up and able to stop each other. But so far, no answers for Taylor Gabriel and for Matt Ryan for this offense. We haven't seen much with some of the receivers, like Julio Jones and Austin Hooper, who has his first touchdown in this game. Prescott with a deep drop, and he gets hit on the play, and the ball was out. Luckily, there was no fumble on the play. The offense, the referees called it was a forward. It was forward progress. That ball was clearly out. It was resting on the top of Bruce Irvin, who thought he had the fumble. Bruce Irvin, one Oakland Raider for this defense, who said they were trying to vote the defensive coordinator in between periods. Ezekiel Elliott gets stood up at the line of scrimmage. Deion Jones, the linebacker, in on the stop. Here goes that defense. Here on third down, wide open is Ezekiel Elliott out of the backfield. Good for 10 yards on the reception for a Dallas first down. Many running backs in the NFL. We've seen some running backs like Le'Veon Bell and Devontae Freeman, and this guy right here, Ezekiel Elliott. He can play in the slot receiver. He's good in the passing game between periods from many defenses in the league. But here, so far, things can't go any more better than here today. And with a gain of about 5 yards on the carry, and this Atlanta Falcons defense has to find answers on how to stop Ezekiel Elliott here today. Prescott is sacked. Back on Atlanta's side of the 35. Vic Beasley was in on the stop. The ball was almost slipping out of his hands. What a move in the hole from Vic Beasley coming in on the pass rush, and that was a great job for Vic Beasley coming off the block and getting hit on Dak Prescott. The ball looked like it was about to slip out of Dak Prescott's hands. Ever since a couple of seasons ago, we've seen Adrian Claiborne with 6 career sacks at Dak Prescott in week 4, and it's intercepted. Up into the air and down with his Robert Alford. And a huge turnover defensively for the Falcons. The Falcons are having answers here today to stop Dak Prescott and company here today. And so far the answer is here with Robert Alford on the interception. What a job against Mike Gallup, the rookie. And it was great coverage from Robert Alford. What a start for the Falcons. Knocking on the door again with Matt Ryan. 1st and 10. Pass is caught. Hooper 6 yards on the reception for bring up 2nd down and 14. Ryan can't find anyone. Wide. Finds Taylor Gabriel inside the 25. He's the primary receiver so far in this game, and Taylor Gabriel goes over 100 yards here today. On a screen to Julio Jones and almost intercepted by Oswazi. Many offenses have trouble trying to find answers to get their main targets here today, but here Oswazi thought he had an interception on Julio Jones. He hasn't got much action here today against the Cowboys. Ryan going for it all, looking for Julio Jones. His first reception of the game, good for 19 yards and a 1st down inside the 1. These receivers are running clear and wide through this Dallas Cowboys defense. Ryan on a quick throw, and it's caught for the touchdown. Julio Jones. The defense was bringing a 5-man rush, and with the pocket collapsing, and Matt Ryan throws a laser in there for Julio Jones, who went for a quick slant over the middle. He's a big guy that can run, as I said for a moment ago, and he's as tough as they come. And Matt Bryant, and the extra point is good. 21-6 here in Arlington, Texas. It won a game here in Week 5 against the Dallas Cowboys offense and defense. And Dak Prescott really has to get to work to get through this Atlanta Falcons defense. So far, no answers on how to slow down this terrific Falcons defense here today. Prescott on a screen a missed tackle from Paul Warlow with a gain of 9 yards on the reception, and it's 2nd and 1. Prescott avoids his sack, and Ezekiel Elliott on the carry, good for 6-7 yards on the carry for a Dallas 1st down inside the 40. Fullbacks in there, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter here today, with Atlanta up top of Dak Prescott and company. Schwam in motion. Play clock is at 8. Elliott in the backfield. Nearly intercepted again from Robert Alford. He was looking for his rookie, Mike Gallup, and Robert Alford with amazing coverage. He was looking for another takeaway. Robert Alford's become a great player for this defense. He had a career 82-yard pick 6 by Tom Brady in Super Bowl 51. And here today, and Dak Prescott is sacked. Grady Jarrett Vic Beasley was the first guy there, and the Falcons come through. 3rd and 19. And it's caught from Mike Gallup, but he doesn't get the 1st down. Dallas wants to go for it. Why not? Why not for this terrific Dallas Cowboys deep offense? Dak Prescott doesn't work, and Mike Gallup is looking for a flag, but doesn't get it. And the Falcons' defense is terrific, getting the Dallas Cowboys off the field. And there's Robert Alford again, who is still looking for a takeaway. Mike Gallup's like, you gotta be kidding me. After last weekend, what the Falcons did with Michael Thomas. Ryan on a screen out the back door to Julio Jones, and Jones inside the 30-yard line. No answers on how to stop these receivers for the Atlanta Falcons. Ryan going for it all. What a catch by Julio Jones. Just sensational. What a catch indeed between two defenders, Oswazi and Xavier Woods. And Matt Ryan, actually it's the guy Jeff Heath. And he comes off, makes a great catch between two of the Dallas Cowboys defenders. Big time catch for Julio Jones. First and goal. Ryan. Look, nobody open. Ryan throws in the end zone. Gabriel holds on. That's a touchdown. Stretching grab by Taylor Gabriel. This Atlanta Falcons offense is none like any other here in the NFL. The focus needs to be on number 2, Matt Ryan, working in the pocket, steps up, eyes downfield, thinks about running, and then Taylor Gabriel makes the reception, and no answers with Byron Jones in coverage, number 31 of the defense. What a game for Taylor Gabriel, going over 135 yards on receiving. Taylor Gabriel shows, ever since he was cut from the Cleveland Browns, he comes to Atlanta and becomes a superstar. Jordan Lewis takes a knee, and Dallas is having a frustrating afternoon. But Ezekiel Elliott having a tremendous game. The rushing attack for the Falcons, we haven't seen much with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman. This offense is on the move, trying to put points on the board. 2nd and 5 coming up. Dak Prescott, the pass was short for Amari Cooper, who was absolutely wide open. The Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott's been a little bit inconsistent here today, but this is basically the team that went to the playoffs a few seasons ago. They gotta play better than they have today. When they look at this team, they have a bunch of the same guys. When they scored 20 points this year, they have won. But against this Atlanta Falcons defense that's really rolling right now, these two teams can be fun to watch here like any other team in the league. Andre Roberts with a fair catch. Ryan, handoff to Coleman. Coleman turns on the Jets. And Coleman is good for 15 yards. And another timeout by the Falcons. And that's all of their timeouts. Tevin Coleman, we've seen his first action of the game. Handoff to Freeman. Going wide to the right and is off to the races. Freeman all the way for a Falcons touchdown. That was a nice play by Devontae Freeman. Byron Jones was looking to push him out of bounds, but doesn't catch him. Anthony Brown was trying to get to him, but Taylor Gabriel was blocking him in front of Anthony Brown. Wasn't much coverage there on him. And Devontae Freeman, his first action, it has his first touchdown of the game. 6 seconds left with a 35-6 game here in Arlington, Texas. What a game here today here against two of the best offenses in the league, in the Atlanta Falcons. Had an extra point and it was good. The Dallas Cowboys can't stop the clock. They're all out of timeouts. And Prescott gets hit as he throws, and it's caught by Mike Gallup. It doesn't work. And that's it. The Atlanta Falcons 35-6 over the Dallas Cowboys. And what a game here in America's Game of the Week. Coming up next is the State Farm postgame show. Matt Ryan throwing over 200 yards passing, and Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman rushed for 73 yards. Matt Ryan throws 4 touchdown passes in this game. Well, thanks for watching America's Game of the Week here on Fox. We'll see you next week over the Washington Redskins in Washington, D.C. See ya.